Welcome to TY News, broadcasting straight from the suburbs of New Jersey. My name is Yasin Ali, and today we have planned a special segment for our viewers. We now turn to our senior correspondent, Tom Hughes, for more info.
The history of humanity is, on rare occasions, defined by specific individuals. Rather, more often than not, our history is defined by the works of groups and movements. What becomes captivating is that, throughout history, several of these groups and movements themselves have been defined by symbols, casted in the steel of cultural expression to be used in a history rife with competing ideologies. In never-before-seen footage, TY News takes you back 2,000 years in time in search of clues to get a better understanding of how these mystical devices were created.
Behind me is the stunning River of the Tigris in Mesopotamia. Here lies the nascent roots of one of history's most noteworthy symbols. The Samara people first saw the swastika as a victorious symbol of the good, spring, and light. The Samara people associated the swastika with the figure of a bird, in particular of the stork, the killer of serpents. Hence, the affirmation values of goodness are embodied by such a symbol. Turning to my associate in the African Sahara, we see whether this method of relating symbols to physical objects continues. On the other side of the known world, my understudy, Tom, is reporting straight from the Sahara Desert. There, a new symbol arises from the depths of religious devotion, the cross.
From the pagan principles of Egyptian worship, a new religion blossoms in the midst of a Roman Jewish culture. Christianity became synonymous with the cross, even though its origins were in use far before Jesus was added to its form. Jesus amassed a following of believers never before seen in the New World, and though he died at the cross, he would never truly be disassociated from it. And the cross became the everyday history book reminding Christians and the world at large of this event. You see, it seems that wherever you go in the world, symbols can't escape physical association.
My ancestors may have been onto something, but let's see if their principles uphold the test of time. The evil eye slowly became integrated into the Arab culture. Philosophers of the time manifested the negative moral connotations of envy into the confines of the evil eye. The Quran itself quotes that one's protection from the evil eye is itself protection from the evils of the envious when they envy. It is thus clear that the phenomenon of the evil eye was not only a symbol for the physical consequences, but also lended itself to representation of a moral construct, just like the symbols my ancestors delineated. As knowledge permeated and filled the gaps of the known world, so too did the evil eye spread across the continent. The swastika, the cross, and the evil eye. So far, it seems that symbols are created if they correspond to an object or occurrence in reality. To recount, the swastika looks similar to the stork bird. The cross became a symbol after the believed crucifixion of Jesus Christ, and the evil eye, of course, represented looking or staring at an object or another person. Thus, the examples portray that symbols clearly correspond to natural objects or phenomenons. Yet with the amount of power embodied in these objects, it seems like such an explanation warrants understanding only on primitive grounds. Perhaps the fruits of time can develop the flavor of this mystery and paint a more wholesome picture.
Ready?
Yeah.
Study.
Thank you, Tom. TY News brings you new video of the transformation of the swastika. Since the periods covered by Tom's quick segment, the circumstances of the swastika's birth have become irrelevant, and history has twisted a symbol of life into a polar opposite. The Aryan culture distorted the swastika to become a symbol for cultural dominance of the German people. Propaganda saw it become the ominous background of the German campaign in World War II, and though the symbol initially represented a bird in the sky, it now had the ghastly appearance of death itself.
Can you go back a little bit? Can we just move your chair back? Sorry, it might be. Alright, do it. Perfect.
Fortunately, the remaining two covered symbols have not had the opportunity to morph into forms indiscernible from their original meaning. Today, the cross continues to be a symbol of hope and a connection to a greater power, and it is used widely by the Christian religion, as is the evil eye. It is evident that the consensus of various cultures has the power to override the initial correspondence established in a symbol's birth. The two theories on how a symbol is created is hence an initial layer of correspondence to a physical reality, after which group agreements have the power to sway a symbol's meaning one way or another. Yet for a deeper analysis of symbols' preeminence in human interaction, we turn to scientist Dr. C for further analysis. I have been a high school teacher in one of the most prominent high schools in the United States, and thus have had time to extensively explore the implications of the evil eye on human culture. The sense of being stared at is the basis of the evil eye belief, which are regarded as a superstition because emission of any form of energy from the human eye has never been found in Western science. However, recent research has presented, done in my lab at my research school, that brainwaves in the range of 1 to 40 Hz, or 1 to 10 microvolt range extended through the eye and can be detected using a high impedance electrode housed inside electromagnetically infused goggles. This signal, which I call the human ocular extramission, is physiologically active and has distinct electrophysical properties, thus simultaneous brainwave readings over the forehead. Pause.
Go.
In effect, chemicals are released in the human brain when coming in contact with objects that take the appearance of a human eye. Thereby, the power of a symbol itself is more than just spiritual, and TY News has found this first. All three of the covered symbols have in fact been shown to correspond to physical objects. However, recent scientific evidence has displayed that the power of certain symbols comes from direct stimulation of specific areas of the brain. On a deeper level, we as a people thus obtain specific emotional outputs when coming across these items with which meaning and correlation to the world has been imbued. From the swastika to the cross to the evil eye, these symbols have withstood the test of time and shown that no matter how much civilization develops, the foundational inspirations of human action remain the same. Second till I catch up, but it's okay.
I got you. Alright, we're recording and...
Thanks, Dr. C. Your testimony makes it clear that scientifically, humans naturally have responses to various objects in the world, making sense why they would want to attribute power to them. Only after correspondence has been established, or a symbol's physical importance has been drawn, do symbols open to consensus on meaning from various cultures. On the other hand, we see that, at least so far, it seems as though an initial background of correspondence to a physical event eventually inspires the creation of a symbol when married to the fluid adaptability of the consensus theory. However, to delve deeper into the dimensions of symbolism, it is necessary to understand why symbols are created in the first place.
Yo, nice job, you doped that up.
I know, I was a little confused.
After the back. Yeah, no, because I just like got mixed up.
No,
I did, but I...
Or I could take the hat off, that makes it easier.
Your arms are in it, just so you know.
Right.
Ready?
Yeah. With such a thorough background established of a symbol's creation, we can now draw parallels to a symbol's inherent meaning. It seems that there is a distinction between the two facets of symbolism. Firstly, a symbol is a reference to some other concept or object that is definitely known. This of course stems from the correspondence theory ascertained above. However, symbol is also the best possible figure by which allusion can be made to something relatively unknown. For example, a cross represents goodness, but inspires deeper human effort to achieve such an ideal, an effort that cannot be defined on normative grounds. The symbol does not aim at being a reproduction, nor can its meaning be adequately or lucidly rendered in some other terms. When a symbol is allegorically translated and the unknown factor in its reference rejected, it is dead. To clarify, the power of a symbol rests not in its primitive correspondence to a physical form, but in its ability to express that which cannot be easily articulated by the human modes of behavior.
Yo, Aisha. Be quiet, B. Sorry. It's all good.
Alright. The first faculty of a symbol is something in the fields of reality, a direct intermediary to a physical object. Yet Indian philosophy views the word for symbol as paroksa, aska meaning eye and paras meaning beyond, far away. A symbol is not immediately perceptible to waking consciousness, but, rather like Platonic ideals, is purely spiritual and esoteric. The swastika originally transcends the physical stork to embody an ideology and the idea of placidity, kindness, and other common themes itself. TY News is breaking down the very facets of a symbol instead. As hinted above, we have two theories for how a symbol is created, and we also hold two theories for why a symbol is created. Correspondence theory describes the explicit meaning of a symbol, the basics that can be derived from mere observation and application of the symbol. Consensus theory describes a larger, more implicit meaning of a symbol. This understanding is found through the common views of a society or a culture that shapes these meanings. Thus, the duality in the nature of a symbol allows for its ability to inspire groups of people on a larger scale. Individuals connect with these emotions on an emotional and rational basis, setting the foundation for an entire group of people to experience the same principle through a symbol. United, movements under these historical signs are able to shape the development of history.
And this, viewers, truly is the power of a symbol, to harmonize the beliefs of a culture, explaining the motivations and actions of religious and indigenous knowledge systems, and even serving as a means of retention for spiritual knowledge. Symbols directly relate to emotion, as they are a medium to instigate a response from the viewer that can be likened to all individuals viewing the symbol. Symbols are an intimately related language, as they communicate what cannot readily be expressed explicitly. As a result, the interpretation of symbols relies upon our imagination and personal knowledge because it allows us to understand the more complex implications of a symbol's values. That which language cannot communicate, the mind can sense on a deeper level.
Good?
Fuck no. That's good, ready?
Yeah.
In summary, symbols stand for a formless ideal or belief and communicate a universal truth or aspect of reality. While symbols may initially be actuated by correspondence to the physical, their meaning is empowered by an association with an implicit aspect of the human experience. A symbol is a universal language, the medium by which individuals from all modes of life can be united under a singular inspiration. A symbol gives you an experience of some natural human axiom, embodies this feeling in a tangible form just beyond the realms of verbal explanation, and entices this emotion within a nation, within a culture, and within the very individual.
Yeah, it's good enough.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright, we're on.
With that, TY News brings you this exclusive outlook. My name is Tom Hughes.
My name is Yasin Ali.
And with that, we're signing off.
Thanks for watching.
That was dope! We totally improvised.
Yeah, I can't.
Oftentimes, TY News receives complaints, like any other news network, about showing a biased version of events or ideas. For this segment, however, we are not simply choosing symbols of historic origins that accommodate the theories which we impose on them. Take, for example, any of the symbols experienced in modern-day culture. With that, TY News explores several prevalent signs as well as their accompanying origins. Here we have the mind-blowing origins of everyday symbols. First and foremost, the Bluetooth was named after Danish Viking king famously known for uniting Norway and Denmark, known as Harald Blatten Bluetooth. Bluetooth wireless developers felt the name fit since technology unites PC and cellular industries. The symbol is a combination of the king's initials and Danish runes. Next we have the Apple command key. This is actually called a Gorgon loop. It is used on Swedish road signs to highlight places of interest in campgrounds. One of the most common buttons we use is a power button. The binary system has been used in things like switches and toggles since at least World War I. Usually, 1 means on and 0 means off. Are you turned on? Next, we have the USB. It is supposedly based off Neptune's trident. The different shapes signify that different devices can be connected using USB ports. A commonly known sign is the peace sign. It began as a symbol for the campaign for nuclear disarmament of Britain. It used the flag signaling system, superimposing the N over the D. Totally groovy, right?